Yeah, Florida State's been killing it in the transfer portal, but I've been pretty critical of them in terms of recruiting elite talent at the high school level. And this week, Mike Norvell shut me up when he flipped five-star prospect from the Georgia Bulldogs, number 1 tight end Landon Thomas, who had been committed to UGA since last July. Mike Norvell flipped him with ease. And 2 days prior to that, Norvell landed a pair of 4-star wide receivers. And guess what? Now FSU is knocking on the door of a top 5 class, and the Seminoles are far from finished. Let's bring on War Chant insider Michael Langston. Florida State is in it for more 5-stars. Look at this. Charles Lester, offensive tackle Jonathan Daniels, safety KJ Bolden, wide receiver JoJo Trader. Mike, who does FSU have the best shot at here?
Yeah, I would say Charles Lester starts the conversation. Grew up a big FSU fan. I know you've already put in a pick, Josh. I put mine in earlier.
There you go.
I feel really good. I feel really good about FSU's chances with Charles. I think this goes to a combination of just what they've done on the field, but also Charles liking them. He loves the culture. I think Jonathan Daniels is another one I think they lead for. They also lead for Jason Zanamella. So I think they're in position. Those are kind of the main guys for sure that I think are coming up. I think they've made some really good push. I feel like the momentum is there with FSU, so they're pretty hot, man. I mean, they're on fire right now, and certainly a lot of kids see what they're doing both on the field and from a culture standpoint, where like FSU recruits differently, where they get to know kids before they actually offer. So the personality. So when you personally get an offer from FSU, it's personal. It's not just, oh, you're good, we're offering you. So I think that's resonated with a lot of kids. And then two, the product. Winning on the field is a big deal, and that's what's changed a lot of this. Yeah.
What about wide receiver JoJo Trader? Looking at Florida State's commit list, they already have 4 wide receivers committed, and it's not even the end of April yet. Do they have room for a guy like JoJo Trader still?
Oh, they're going to make room for a guy like 5-star JoJo Trader. They love him. They've had him on campus a couple times in the spring. He's really tight with Ron Dugans. He really likes his staff. He's obviously tight with Edwin Joseph since they play at the same school. So he's coming in for the 2023 class. And Edwin's already told me I'm getting him. But I think it's a close battle with them in Miami. But I think product could really benefit them later down the line, especially if Miami continues to struggle on the field. I think JoJo will see that, and their product on the field, what they're doing with receivers. That was a play. You talk about critical recruiting. That was a place I was critical of what they were doing product wise on the field, and now it's the destination when it comes to receivers. They want to be there.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting on the offensive side of the ball. But all this offensive talk, Mike, nothing coming yet on the offensive line. And now what we're not going to do on the Inside Scoop is question Alex Atkins. But besides Jonathan Daniels, who else can FSU close on up front?
Yeah, 4-star offensive lineman Jason Zanamella. I've already put a pick in for him. He's from the same school as Lucas Simmons over there at Clearwater International Academy, or maybe Academy International. I'm sorry if I messed that up, but I think they sit really good with him. I think probably maybe take some officials, but I think that's a guy that I feel they will land. Another one was kind of a surprise to me over the weekend was Manes IT visited FSU. A kid that's from California. They don't get a ton of kids from California, but they do have some, and Atkins knocked it out of the park. I think FSU leads. I haven't put a pick in yet, but I'm kind of close on that. I think FSU is looking really good for them. So I think the offensive line is coming. I think if there's one position you never worry about, it's somebody that Alex is recruiting. And I tell people, fans, enjoy him while you can, because
that's a good
it's not going to be a long time. He's not going to be there. So he has completely turned around this entire offensive line. I remember me and Josh sitting out at Moore Athletic Center man, this offensive line is so bad. And certainly he's changed it around. Yeah.
Yeah, for years. So now Florida State did lose a commitment recently. Safety Jordan Pride decommitted. It looks like maybe he's heading down to Gainesville to play for the Florida Gators, but he hasn't made his decision yet. What do you think FSU does to kind of replace him on the commit list? Who are some of the targets?
Yeah, I think the main guy that I'm kind of focused on is Brandon Jacob. I think that's a guy that really loves the FSU staff. He loves the program. I think that's probably the guy that you see as a replacement in there. He's already told me FSU lead. I think there's several other ones, but I think for now that's the main guy I hear as far as that safety position.
Okay, Mike, when we look at the state of Florida, the big three, last year Miami won the state, finishing 6. UF was at 12, and FSU a little further back in the pack at 20. This year, though, much different. Currently, UF is sitting at 4, FSU at 7, and when you hit load more, you see Miami at 36. So we know that there's a long way to go before this cycle is finished. But who do you think will finish with the best class in the state of Florida this year?
Man, it is close. People ask me that. I don't want to upset FSU fans. I say slightly for Florida, but I think it's going to be really razor close. I think both FSU and Florida are going to be near that top 5 range. I never thought I would say this. I told people I'm about to reassess I didn't think there was any chance FSU would get a top 5 class. Like, I thought it would be 7, 8, 9 would be kind of your ceiling of where they're at. But now that you have a guy like Landon Thomas, say Luke Cromahawk gets a bump up and even gets to a 5-star status, and then you land guys like Charles Lester, Jonathan Daniels, and even JoJo Trader. That's like 5 stars. So
yeah,
chances are you got a good shot that you'll be in the top 5. So I'm going out on a limb. I don't want to be kind of too optimistic, so I'm going to give Florida a slight edge, but I think it's going to be close. But I definitely think those two teams are well ahead of what we've seen from Miami, and that's kind of surprising based on what they did last year in recruiting.
Yeah, and both teams, though, Florida and Florida State, got that premier quarterback committed early. That kind of helps build the class. We'll see how it all shakes up. Mike, thanks for checking in on the Inside Scoop, talking a little Florida State with you. Had a blast.
You got it, buddy.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you smash that subscribe button for me, and remember to check out all the videos on the On3 YouTube page.